Sports.
Set to go. Are underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
And to me, he's one of the two most difficult guys in the league to game plan for in the NFL, and I add Patrick Mahomes in that category. But just about every team we talk to getting ready for Lamar Jackson says the exact same thing. We've got to slow him down running the football, yet no one's been able to really do it consistently. Now, the most impressive thing about his game to me, how he's developed as both a passer and a leader. His team believes in him.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Brings up a look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 10 carries, 59 yards.
And partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week. It's pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
It's a gain of 10. And a Raven first down.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Tackle Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
What's your thoughts on the...
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On third down, Jackson, and that will be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, the return is Scott. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over first and 10. At their own, Burt's and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 23. From the shotgun, he'll throw, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete, and they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
37-yard line.
Bird sets up to throw it. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
The ball carrier.
8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second
down. Here's Jalen Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
And that's a sight familiar to Ravens fans. Matthew Judon, a 2019 Pro Bowler, he led the Ravens with a career-high 9.5 sacks in 2019.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And this is caught by Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing it of traffic there, and that's complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number.
Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the first in this first quarter. Has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play on this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same. We can break this losing streak.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Chris Moore returning it. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Chris Moore on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Raven ball.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Hargrave. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down the gun on 3rd down. Jackson.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
58, come on. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not. Down for Philadelphia.
At the 37-yard line.
You go back to the 2nd round of the draft, and when Jalen Hurts' name was called, a lot of Philadelphia fans weren't extremely happy about it. But when you see his ability, he can be mobile and make plays out of the pocket, but he's got a much better arm and much more accurate than what people think. Remember, he was raised by his father in the game of football. His dad was his high school coach. This kid is a true gym rat, and he's going to get better every time out.
And inches.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Marlin, an incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Rager, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
The conversion is is no good on the fake extra.
Again, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the base.
Take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The MVP Lamar Jackson heading out again with his Ravens. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at about the 32. He'll give this one to Ingram to start things out. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
The tackle made.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a
That is definitely what we call on defense an play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage. With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
And the Ravens defense, they get ready, and they trot back out onto the field. And we watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
What's been so difficult for the offense is that
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
6, Miles Sanders.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, it had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Good for an Eagles.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
But first down, Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Hurts, a good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9. At the
2nd down, here's Hurts. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, that was dangerous.
Hurts pass.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
It's second down and
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
intended.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. That's some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
You throw, a touchdown strike?
there you go.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Makes the score.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Jake Elliott kicking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man, Chris Moore. Lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Chris Moore on the return. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Complete to
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
first down.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Jackson
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Lincoln. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Just a yard to go here on second down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
At the 28-yard line.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team, keep your offense moving at a really high level. That's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end, Zach Ertz, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
On the coverage.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Watch the pass. 58,
Right back to Sanders on first down. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Miles Sanders.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On second down now. It's Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. First down. Lots of plays on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Carrier.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. A lot of times, it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
35 yards.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Hurts. That's caught by Jackson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
10 at the 22-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. One more yard. Good pickup there, 21 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat.
Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz with his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and a route is on here this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Moore now on the return. Now increase here as he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
At the 33-yard line.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A gain of 6 yards.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Mark Ingram. Incomplete.
They wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Scott to return it. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over.
31-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders and the Philly offense. So far, been so good this season, well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence, and if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make the play? Because he's made all the plays so far, so I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. First 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And he will find out.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
That's good.
The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own,
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Boyle.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Ravens.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
For Mark Ingram.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
To throw again, Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there. First down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Ravens first down.
Now the third-year man out of Rutgers, it's Gus Edwards. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
46-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him
and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him. That he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
So all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
First down with the score Eagles 34.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
They're on 26 yards.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
58, come on. Son got man.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
Hurts over the middle. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
43-yard line.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Mike, 58, right there. Don't get nervous.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. Hurts, the best running quarterback in this year's crop of rookies. He's got a first down.
Yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And finally, down he goes. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter shift to your defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Brings 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play actions.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Corey Clement, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out with PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that will extend this mid-lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Moore now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Jackson options out left, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
The tackle made at the 30.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Again, they'll run with Ingram, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
A gain of 7.
And he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
At the 40.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ingram again. Jackson options out left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
Rodney McLeod. Jackson's pass.
Gardner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Derek, the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll have a nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders.
Miles Sanders.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college, but I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. 3 yards remain for second down.
7 brings up second and 3.
Here's Sanders.
32 yards.
Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Ball carrier.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give them the reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but now it's third and goal. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a fourth and goal.
On the stop.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Big fourth down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead was short by 1. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Moore now on the return. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. At their own, the Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That one covers 20.
Speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
On first down, Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's third down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jackson's back.
Hollywood, Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens, they claw one back.
Justin Tucker lining
And on
up
that
for the
one,
extra
able to
point.
catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
How about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a
The
play?
kick is good.
Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
For Baltimore.
Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Eagles take over first and 10. At their own.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a first and 10. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
For Deshaun Jackson.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
A gain of 3.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
At their own 43-yard.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 43. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss.
Back at the 40-yard line.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Throwing on second and 14. Jackson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
From the gun, Jackson. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Marking run.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
At the 36-yard line.
Jackson will throw again. Caught right side at Snead. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A gain of
7 yards there and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ingram again, a first down carry. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
The give to Marking.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush would just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Bit of a surprise they ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. First and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Please to Mark Andrews.
That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up second.
From the 2 now, second and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Ravens are able to make things a bit more respectable. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure on their own offense.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
First and 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to shy of midfield.
Brought down.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Second and 9.
They go play action with Hurts.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. 4 yards.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Brings up second and
Ball at the 23, second and 8.
3-yard line.
And bulldozing his way through. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock.
Got a man open. It's Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Eagles continue to roll.
Jake Elliott
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of the credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together in a good week of practice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Now this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 36 yards on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Ravens.
Jackson on 1st down. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Davion Taylor in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Quick slant to Brown. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
And Marquise Brown coming off of a solid rookie season, 46 catches, 584 yards, but he was never 100% in his rookie year. As head coach John Harbaugh talked about the foot injury that he played with throughout the season. Now they expect him to be 100% healthy, and when so, they'll see more of those plays that had everyone calling him Hollywood in college.
So in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but let my mind was telling me all the time before I went out. Dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strike's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Calais Campbell on the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 38. 7 yards there and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a 31.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes. Love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking for the end zone, and that will be incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and they widen this thing out even further here at the field.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. This widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Moore now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 29.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram.
Pass.
Come call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up
able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's Sam Cook now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each